Hey everybody, I'm Morgan Housel. Thank you and welcome to this course. I'm really excited to dig in to some of the most important parts of my recent book, The Art of Spending Money. Let me start with just a little story, and one of my favorite stories to summarize the big point that I want to make in this book. An eye doctor named Dr. Dan Goodman once performed LASIK eye surgery on a woman who was looking to ditch her glasses. She didn't want to wear glasses anymore. And he performed the surgery, and the patient returned for a checkup a few weeks later, and she was despondent. She was sad, she was screaming, she was upset. She said the surgery ruined her life. Now, there was nothing wrong with the procedure. The LASIK eye procedure worked perfectly, and she could see clearly without glasses for the first time in years. And so Dr. Goodman asked her, he said, "What's the problem? I don't see what the problem is." And the patient said that she expected that after losing her glasses, her husband would find her more attractive and her coworkers would find her more intelligent. And when she realized that they didn't, and a topic like love and respect weren't driven by something as superficial as her glasses, she was crushed. And now Dr. Goodman looked at her and said, "You have a problem that I can't help you with. I'm sorry I didn't realize it earlier." And look, I bring this up because it is astounding to witness somebody who gains what they thought was always the solution to their problems, only to realize that happiness is more complicated than they first assumed. And that is so true with money. And that is one of the big points of this book that I want to get across to you in this course. There is an old saying that nothing is worse than getting what you want, but not what you need. Let me say that again. Nothing is worse than getting what you want, but not what you need. And that sums up so many people's relationship with money and success. If you are lucky enough to get what you want, which might be money, you might still realize that it's not what you need, which are family and friends and health and being part of something that is bigger than yourself. And then once you get that, you're disappointed. What could be worse? This course is about how spending money has little to do with spreadsheets and numbers, and a lot to do with psychology and envy and social aspiration and identity and insecurity and all these other topics that are too often ignored in finance. Now, can money buy happiness? Yes. Good news, I think it can. Can spending money make you happier? Yes, I think it can. Good news all around, right? But it's more complicated than people think. Because in between the numbers and the charts and the data sits the whole messiness and absurdity of the human mind. Money is a remarkable tool that can provide a better life, but knowing how to use it is so different from knowing how to acquire it. What matters is not necessarily how much money you have or how much money you're spending. It's whether you understand and can control the psychology and the behaviors that can make the connection between money and happiness more complicated than we often assume. That's what this course is going to be about. I hope you look forward to it. Let's jump right in.